My dear brothers and sisters of equity, democracy, and moral constitution, namaste to you all. It's my honor to welcome you all to the episode 1 of Education System Maha Kumbh Mela. You may be thinking, what is this education system Maha Kumbh Mela? Education Maha Kumbh Mela, it's aimed to make the current education system as cost effective as the solar energy we use right now. Right now, you may be aware that what is the cost of education. For one kid, few people are paying almost per year 2 to 5 lakhs per year fee. And in rural side, people are paying 30,000 to 50,000 per year. This is the cost of education right now in India, cost of private education, not government school education. I'm saying cost of private education right now in India. It is this cost. And if you compare the section of division between government sector schools and private sector schools, 75% of the kids right now are opting for almost private education, and only 25% of people are going to government school. What is my motive and my concept is, let us give an equal platform for all Indians. One nation, one education theory, and it should be very cost effective as the solar energy, and it should be affordable to all, and it will give a fair opportunity to all students across the nation. Once we establish this platform in India, then we can take this model to the across the globe and make entire globe as a education Maha Kumbh Mela concept. If you want to understand this concept end to end effectively, then you are required to watch the episode 1, 2, and 3 with your soul consciousness and intelligence. Then you can easily understand, and you, after watching, you will come to a conclusion that yes, it is possible. Now, I would like to give a brief introduction about myself. I am Suresh Babu Matkur Channavasappa, and I have completed my Electronics and Communication Engineering from VTU University in the year 2004. And post completing my electronics degree, I have joined Bharat Electronics, India's one of the pioneer defense system. There I have worked 1 year in Center for D&D, Development and Engineering Group team for 1 year. After having 1 year experience there, again to continue in the legacy of defense technology, I applied for a contract engineer post, and again I worked in Bharat Electronics for 8 months in naval systems for 8 months. Parallelly, when I'm working in naval system, I got an idea and I started to visit the rural school across my village, and I used to take personality development classes, and I used to teach the kids how to break the prisons of their mind and think outside the box, and how they can perform well in the education field, and they can contribute to the national Kumbh of knowledge. Kumbh means it's applies to everything. Wherever it goes, it multiplies. I used to motivate the kids how we can boost the education reservoir of our nation. This is my one episode, and where I was doing initially, I started as a small thing. Later, after doing this, I had done a small education rally in front of Vidhan Sabha for importance of education in the year 2006 to spread the awareness. What does the education really means at the grassroots level? And later I joined TCS and served there, and I got experience of almost, I was in TCS for 16 years. And it was a wonderful journey where I had a blend of defense technology and software technology, and later I acquired a bit of knowledge on AI concept, artificial intelligence, And in between, I had social service concept. I established rebirth of real independence trust, and I had the grassroots level pain point of the common people. Then for few years I thought out of the box and I wanted to address the real grassroots problems, and I tried to put my experience and knowledge and everything combined. Why can't I make something very useful for the nation and our student in the future? How the next century education system can be very cost effective. So the lakhs of rupees what the parents right now are spending can be stopped, and it can be utilized for the betterment of their family instead of just spending that entire amount on their education of their kids. Now I will give you a simple example. See, this is the Kumbh you can imagine, and I take a onion. I place this onion inside the Kumbh, and then I drop this tomato inside it, and I drop this potato inside this Kumbh, and carefully I will place it over here, and I will wait for overnight, and I will think what will happen in the next day morning. Take a short break and think what will happen. And tomorrow morning I wake up and I will take this Kumbh into my hand. I will try to grab an apple out of it. Would you think I will get an apple? I want to try. No, I want apple. I got a tomato. Oh God, please help me. I want apple. I prayed you for 40 years. I am your devotee. Please give me apple. What is this? I'm getting potato. No. Oh God, please don't break my belief. Please give me an apple, please. Oh God, I got a onion. This is a small experiment, my dear friends. Means what is the thing is we humans brain is like this Kumbh. What we put this substance into the brain, the same we will get back when we search for this. This is the basic concept you need to understand the concept of education system Maha Kumbh Mela for next century's revolution education system. I will explain you on the go with the 3 episode, and with concentration and with your imaginary powers and thinking power. If you expand your thinking power, you can easily understand what is the meaning of education Mahakumbha Mela, and till date what all education you have acquired by reading a lot of books. Till this you may be a doctor, PhD, or an engineer, or a PhD holder in any subject, and you have done a lot of things. You will also have a lot of things to learn from this education Maha Kumbh Mela. Suppose you imagine this as a earth, okay, this as a moon. 500 years ago and from thousands of years, a lot of people across the world thought that earth is a flat, and few people thought that earth is not flat, and few people started to do research and thinking, and they said that earth is spherical in shape and earth revolves around the sun, and a lot of people objected them and blocked them. They gave a lot of problem to them to take back their findings, because in their alpha, beta, and gamma religion scripture, it was written that earth is at the center and sun, moon, everything, star rotates around the earth. A lot of people, even they suffered a lot of things, and a lot of people lost their life, but still they stick to the truth that no, earth is not at the center of the universe. Later, recently, in 400, 500 years, it was proved that earth is not center of the universe. Now even if you ask one first standard or second standard student, is earth is the center of universe, even a second standard student says no, earth is not at the center of the universe. That is a basic concept. Now a lot of professionals and a lot of scientists could not establish and convince the people at that time Now even a second standard guy says, no, Earth is not the center of universe. Means even humanity requires time to adjust to that changing circumstances. If somebody says new concept, the humanity world, it will reject the new concept. The human brain is trained in such a way that until you see and feel with logical evidence, you don't believe. Now, I will give a hypothetical example. Imagine this tomato is the earth and this potato is the moon. Imagine here also people are there as we humans are there on this earth, and even on the moon people are there. Same environment, it's a replica. Now, only difference will be that people are still at the 500 years ago. The people on the earth, when it's rotating, they feel that moon is actually revolving around the earth. The people on the moon think that earth is revolving around the moon. Psychologically, you decide. Both the people are right. People on the earth, they see with their eyes and they see every day night moon comes and it sinks in the early morning, and again it comes and it sinks. They are true, yes. To their belief system, they are true. With their eyes, they are seeing and they are coming to a conclusion that Earth is at stagnant and that Earth is not moving. They have their home, it is not moving. The moon is moving around the Earth. Same when I come to the people of the moon, they see Earth is revolving around the moon. Even they are correct because they see with their naked eyes that Earth daily Earth comes and goes at their night with it. And they are also correct. Now this is called relative theory of the truth. Both people are. Now who will gauge the exact truth? If you want to know the exact truth, a third party should enter into the system and his area of observation, what area of observation you have, the third party who gives the conclusion, his area of observation should be greater than the area of observation what you have made. He should be sitting outside far away from the moon and earth, and he should gauge from at least one 10,000 or 50,000 kilometer far and see the relative motion of earth and moon. Then he can give the exact judgment who is revolving around whom. Till then, the people on the earth and the people on the moon will be fighting each other, stating that they both are right. This is the concept of psychology and science. If you understand these concepts, it will be very easy for you to understand the education Maha Kumbh Mela concepts in the subsequent things. Now, my dear friends, I would like to give one more classical proven experiment and concept so that your brain will be trained to next higher level of believing the relativity concepts of human thinking. You may be knowing Sir Jagdish Chandra Bose. He is a famous scientist, and when he was a kid, when he was attending his classes in science, his teacher used to teach him that when they were classifying living and non-living beings, the plants were placed at the non-living side, and they used to teach. And he developed a curiosity why plants are non-living beings. He used to think and he asked his teacher, and he did not get the right thing. And there was a question buzzing in his mind why plants are classified as non-living beings. Later, he developed his concept and he used an instrument called crescograph, and he traveled to Royal Society of London in year 1901, and May 10th he proved to the scientific world with his crescograph that plants breathe, they react to temperature, they can feel the chemicals, their grassroot will have a motion when the poisonous chemical is introduced to them. And he gave all evidence stating that, and he proved that Plants are living entities. But from thousands of years, humans were ignorantly placing plants as non living beings. When you give the correct evidence and proved, then it was welcomed and he was honored to the highest things, and they started to classify plants as living beings. Similarly, you may be seeing a lot of things in this world. If you compare this world and as a ocean, we what humans know out of this ocean is just a drop. What we humans has cracked in this natural universe is just a drop of the knowledge. What is unknown to us is ocean. A lot of people will have a fixed mindset that they may think that everything is discovered in this world and there is nothing for us to discover more. Everything is done. What should I do? I have a cell phone. If I order, I will get food at home. If I go out, I get a cab. If I want, I can roam here. Software sector is there, technology is there, advanced thing is there, everything is there, and there is nothing more to be achieved and discovered. This is the limitation that we humans generally have, and what we have cracked is just 0.001% of the universe. This thing we should keep in the mind and proceed further. Why I am giving these basic examples is I want to train your mind to a higher stage, because in the subsequent level I will give you the concept of ultimate truth. To digest that ultimate truth, your mind should be in a state to accept that frequency of the truth and the concept and digest it and think, so that you will not be left in the lost in the Amazon jungle. That is a concept that I'm giving these logical examples. Now hopefully your brain is bit trying to a higher level, and now I'll go to the exact root level issues of education system. Now you see, it's a practical example. I was born in a remote village called Matkur, almost 45 kilometers away. Now it is almost has become part of Bangalore. In 1980s, it was treated as a village till 2005. When I used to have grown up in my village, when I used to see my friends, majority of friends, they used to go to the government school, and I was forced to go to a private English medium school, that too 6.5 kilometers away from my school. I used to have a question in my mind, and I used to ask myself, why I used to go so far when my friends are enjoying their school near? Because I need to travel almost 1 hour in bullock cart to reach to my school. Again, I should wait and I should travel back. Again, it will take 1 hour. Almost it will take 2 3 hours for me to go to school and come back. And I used to blame my parents. Why are you? I used to ask my mother, why you don't have any common sense? When people are going 100 meters away, government school is there, you are sending me to the English medium 6 kilometers away. And they did not listen to me, and they said, there you may get more knowledge. You should go. Your father has said. At that time, we did not have courage to speak to our father, and we followed. And I used to go to a English medium school. Later, as the things goes, and at the time when I passed my seventh standard in a English medium school, right that time in our village government school, there were 200 plus kids studying in the government Kannada medium schools. 200 kids. Please note this point. 200 kids were there. And in private school, what I used to go 6 7 kilometers away from my village, there also entire school strength was around 250 or 300. But please note, my one village and surrounding one two small village, the total strength was 200 plus. And for this English medium school, around my village, almost 50 villages surrounding, there was not even one English medium school. You want to go to another English medium, excluding my village, we should go almost 50 kilometers away. If I go another 50 kilometers only, I used to find one more English medium school. Then it so happened the transition automatically that later stages in my village school, what 200 kids were there, they dropped to almost 20 kids, entire school strength. And what English medium schools were there, they almost from 300, they grew to almost 500 strength. And what English medium we could find in the radius, one English medium in the radius of 50 kilometer, now I can find almost 25, 20 schools in the radius of almost 50 kilometers. English medium school have mushroomed like anything, and these Kannada medium schools have shrunk like anything. What is the main difference? How the cell phone came and it ate the landlines. Earlier, we used to have huge number of connections of landline. Later, the cell phone came and it reduced the landline connections drastically. People are intelligent and they think the future. Now the maximum stakeholders are the parents. When education system is there, they want to give the best to their kids. For example, you consider a government hospital, okay, where the treatment, medicine cost, everything is minimum cost, and number of people going to the government hospital with low cost treatment cost, and number of people going to the private hospital, or in private hospital you can see a queue for admission, even though the cost of treatment is lakhs of rupees. Means there is a subconscious level of business process, business model built across this system. Since they project government hospital as low cost, but they don't give you the quality treatment and the right attention at the right time, and the tailor-made treatment for you on the emergency need. That's why people, they want right attention, quality treatment, and tailor-made solutions, and they believe the neatness, everything is high, and the doctor quality, and they are foreign it and everything, so they are ready, they don't want to take the risk of their life, and they want to go to a private hospital. So a mafia of education has been placed in one side, a mafia of medicine is placed in the one side, so that indirectly by downgrading the government hospital, inversely you are promoting the private hospital. Similarly, by downgrading the quality of education in the government schools, by not providing the quality syllabus right now which is required at the global stage to compete, that competition level syllabus you are not providing, and that level of competent teachers, that level of competent infrastructure and everything you are not providing in the government ecosystem. By this, you are indirectly forcing the parents to go towards the English medium schools and make the English medium school management richer and richer day by day. So that in education, a huge mafia is entered where you are keeping the government school as a showpiece for people to promote them to the English medium to just get an admission. Immediately the kid takes birth, and 3 4 months after that, lot of parents go to the English medium and they private schools, and they take application literally, you believe it or not, and some people stand overnight in the queue of in front of the English medium school to get their kids admitted. Some schools you don't even believe, they take MLS. What MLS? What MLS you are taking? Recommendation letter. Sometimes the school tears and put the MLS recommendation in their dustbin. They bring MP's recommendation to some top schools, and they bring chief minister's recommendation letter to private schools. Why is this injustice is happening? Education is as free as the air we breathe in and breathe out. It should be as free as that. It should be as free as that we get the sunlight. That is the real meaning of education. In the world, air was free and water was free to drink. Now in this competitive, once the business model enters anything, Even the water we drink, which was free, now for half-liter bottle, we are paying 10 rupees. You go to any branded things, that is minimum 10 rupees. If you go to the mall, the same 10 rupee bottle, it will be made to 50 rupee. That is a higher business model. Same way in education also, there is different business model. As the things goes, it goes. So we are in the age of 2025, and we say we are highly developing nation. We will become a developed nation. We India will become a Vishwa Guru. Until and unless you eradicate the business from the education system, you can never become a developed nation. Because if you are charging lakhs of rupees for students education, and you are expecting that after paying lakhs of rupees for completing his education, if you want to become an engineer or a doctor, you would have spent almost 20 lakhs or 30 lakhs literally for a payment seat of a medical. If you go and have done an inquiry, they will take almost 2 3 crores as a donation. That is minimum. Some people even give 10 crore donation for a medical seat. If he has invested 10 crores for a medical seat, and you expect him to do a social service and low cost treatment to the average Indians, means how is it possible? Therefore, we need to break the prisons of our own mind. If you want to develop our nation, if you want to boost the education reservoir of our nation, if you want to make India a developed nation as soon as possible, education system should be made as free as solar energy and the air we breathe. It should be as low as cost as that, and it should have high quality education. Only then India can become a developed nation. It can be easily made. Suppose few people may ask, okay, government will provide free education, everything. If someone goes abroad, a lot of engineers in right now, if you take United Nations, US, a lot of developed nation, 40% of US engineers, 30 to 40% are Indians. Non what these people are traveling from, all top-notch people, right? Who get IITs, that, this and all, who get certified and who take consume all natural resource of our nation, and they go abroad. 30% and 35% of doctors, everyone are from India. All top-notch people have gone. Now you may ask, okay, we give free education, quality education. If these guys go to that nation, will that be a backstab to our nation? Exactly, you are right. That will be a backstab to our nation. Therefore, before giving the free and quality education, we should enter into a bond that you take the natural resources of our nation, and if you travel abroad, then you should pay 10 times that amount what the country has invested on you. What free education we have given, you have made you an engineer. Suppose it cost 5 lakhs, then you should pay 50 lakhs penalty to India, and only then you can take a foreign national citizen. Nowadays, you are seen in the news and all, lot of people, they are risking their life to go to United States. Recently, lot of people from US, they kicked the people back to India. Illegal migrants, they literally kicked them back in flights. They have come and again landed in India. Even a lot of issues happened last month. One Gujarat state, one family, they tried to cross border illegally and they lost the life. Imagine the attitude of the people, just for their kids' life, education, and betterment future. They are leaving your nation and they're risking their life and they're ready to die. So, if you consider all these factors, we at the global stage, we should make a clear strategy. How can we improve ourselves by fixing these grassroots level issues? Why the people are ready to migrate to other countries? They're not freely migrating. They are paying 50 lakhs bribe to the middleman. 50 lakhs. For middle class person, if you give 50 lakhs, he will be peacefully, happily staying. They give 50 lakhs. 50 lakhs will not safely land them US. That they may die. A lot of people have given crore rupee and they lost their life. While crossing the borders in Canada, they got freezed, boat will get sink and they die. Means this much risk they are taking and they are going. Why can't we plan a good strategy and show to the entire world that what we can offer and offer the best to our citizens? so that not even a single person from India will go think of abroad nations. That ultimate nation India should become. How this can be achieved is step by step. If you watch all my 3 episodes, I will explain the in and out of the silent revolution of education Maha Kumbh Mela. This is the ultimate power of education Maha Kumbh Mela, which will revolutionize our entire nation to future ready for next thousands of years. How a nation should be and how this nation will guide the entire globe in an inclusive manner and in a constructive way with, as we say, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, the same manner. If we really fix this education problem and the health issues, health mafia and education mafia, we will easily reach 50% of our developed nation goals. You may be, I have done the research, you may be surprised to know that what the entire wealth Britishers have looted from India for 200 years, right? The present English medium education private sectors have looted thrice the amount what Britishers have looted. Every year, almost 20 lakh crore rupee is looted from the average middle class, poor, and the rich Indians, and it is accumulated and hidden in the English medium private sectors. Now, this at least if those private sector owners stay back in India and reinvest in India, that will be beneficial for the nation. But what is the saddest part is every year 3 to 5,000 people of high net worth, ultra net worth people, they migrate and they reject Indian citizenship and they go to UK, US, Switzerland, and Australia and they settle. What they are doing, they're sucking the blood of the poor people and they are becoming the richest person and they are backstabbing the nation and they are settling there. Means every year we Indians out of ignorance are pumping 500 citizens out of the nation. Like this, we build a lot of things before taking the creamy layer backstabs you and they go to the rest of the world. This cycle is continuing from past 30 to 40 years. We need to break this dangerous cycle and we need to do a strategic planning and we need to safeguard the interest of the poorest people of the India and make an environment that we eradicate the poverty in this nation and we give equal opportunity of the education in the next 5 to 10 years. If we achieve this education Mahakumbh Mela, 60% of the poverty can be eradicated. If you make education free, immediately 50% of the poverty can be eradicated. In this technological era, it is damn simple to make education as free as solar energy. That I will say you in next episode. Stay tuned. If you are interested to make a changes, every change will start as a drop. Every drop counts and it make the mighty ocean. Every single change will start as a small drop. You should have faith in it, believe in this, and you should break your prisons of your own mind. Then it's really achievable. Now I will take a break for this episode 1. Please think for a week and I'll come with a new episode supporting this episode 1. Until then, thank you all. Jai Equity Democracy, Jai Moral Constitution, Jai Hind.